Are you guys able to see this now? I don't know what was happening. I don't know what was happening over there. So, I hope so. Now it is visible to all of you. Thank you. Hi, Surabhi. Thank you so much. I don't know what was going wrong. I don't know what was going wrong. Now you are able to chat. Okay, right? Uh huh. Great, great. Now the chat box is enabled. Thank you. Thank you so much, Surabhi, for helping me out. I don't know what was going wrong. The Muhurat was not good, it seems. So, but anyhow, let us just wait for a while till other students join in, and in the meantime, hi Adyasha, thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry there seemed to be some problem with the live streaming. So good morning. So there was, I don't know what happened, and now thankfully everything is working in order. So I'm happy that two of my favorite students are here, and in spite of the fact that you scored full marks in your tests, you're still here to clarify your doubts. That shows your love for mathematics. Why? I was also amazed. I mean, I was also surprised. I was confused as to what was happening. So something in the settings, I guess. Uh, Hi. Okay, you're class 9, but still you're interested in class 7 doubt clearing. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm sure that even if you are in class 9, some of your doubts, which you might not have cleared in class 7, they might get cleared today. Okay, so Adyasha, you can start by asking me what is it. You just give me, I have the our school mathematics book over here, so you can give me just the page and the question number, and I will solve it for you. So I'll keep this chat open in my phone so that I can keep a track of what you all are saying to me. I I know. There was so much of confusion earlier on, but I hope that we will get on going. Okay. Hi, Adarsh Mohanty. Okay, thank you so much. Uh, okay, my students, they love me a lot. I think many a times they love me much more than I deserve. But I'm happy that you are hearing good things about me, and you can be here for yourself and see for yourself whether or not I deserve that appreciation. But I'm happy that you are here, and you want to be a part of this session. So, thank you so much for being here and supporting me, because even if it is just one student who is here to support me, and if I can help them out, then my job is done. So, I call it as a day well lived. So, thank you so much. Adarsh Mohanty, is that your actual name, or are you using someone else's account, your parents maybe, or your brothers or sisters' account over here? So, the name I can see over here is Adarsh Mohanty. So, I'll stick to that for now. And let us have our first doubt coming up. Okay, all right, all right. Thank you so much, Adarsh, for being here. Okay, thank you so much, Adarsh, for being here, and I hope that uh, you will enjoy today's class. And okay, simple interest question number 14. Simple interest question number 14. All right. So let me quickly get to the page. Mm, simple interest question number 14. All right, yes, yes, I get the question, Adyasha. So the question here is related to simple interest. simple interest, as we all know, I'll just give you a brief one. Question number 14 and question number 15. All right. Okay. I'll explain it. Both of them I'll explain to you. So let us take up question number 14 first. So simple interest, as you all know, simple interest has four major four major concepts or four major things which constitute the simple interest concept, which are the principal, which is P, then rate, which is represented by R, time, which is represented by T, and the interest. It is based on, when you are talking about simple interest, we write it simply as SI, and then there is the amount, which is the final sum of money which we get after combining the principal and the interest, that is gained after a certain number of time. So principal is the initial sum which is invested or on which the interest is calculated. So interest is calculated on the initial sum, which is represented by P, which is the principal. So the question over here says, let me first put up the question, because not everyone would be following the same book. We are following Selena's Concise Mathematics Class 7. This is the book that we are referring to. So here question number 14, which you are doubted, it says that there are two people, P and Q. Let us talk about them. So there is P and Q, and they invest. For P, the principal is rupees, how much? 36,000. And for Q, the interest, let me do one thing. Let me use different colors for them so that it is easier to understand. So let us take Q for green. And here for Q, the principal is 25,000 rupees. Rate is same for both of them, and time is also the same for both of them. So rate, let us say it is R, and time, let us say is time is 4 years, right? So time is 4 years, and here we have rate is R, time is 4 years once again. Now it says at the end of 4 years, P gets rupees 3,080 more interest than Q. So now let us do one thing. We know the formula for interest, right? Let us calculate what will be the interest for P over here. So it will be P into T into R by 100. That makes it 36,000 into R into 4 by 100, right? That would be the interest gained for P person. So let us just find out what is it. 360, 36 into 4 would be, this would be equal to, let us say, rupees 1440. Am I good with the calculation? 36 fours, 144. Yes. So R, we do not know the R. The R is the same for both of them. So the interest for P person, this person would be 1440 R. Now let us calculate how much interest does this person get. So for this person, the principal was 25,000 into time, time is 4 years, it is already given. So this is 4 years, and the rate would be the same, which we are keeping it as R. So here the simple interest for Q person would be rupees 1,000, right? 250 into 4, that makes it 1,000 R. We need to remember the R. Now let us look at the situation which is given to us over here, the extra information which is given to us over here. The extra information says that P gains. Now P, obviously, if they have invested the money for the same number of years, you can see दोनों ने ही 4 साल के लिए किया है, इन्वेस्ट किया है. दोनों का रेट सेम है, लेकिन प्रिंसिपल में डिफरेंस है. P ने ज्यादा पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया है एज कंपेयर टू Q. सो ऑब्वियसली द इंटरेस्ट दैट P विल गेट will be more than what Q gets, right? So they have given us the information that whatever P has, it is 3080 rupees more than what Q has. So the equation will be like this. When you add, let me use a different color to put up the equation. When you add 1000 R and you add rupees 3080 to this, this becomes 1440 R. Are you here with me? Are you able to understand what we have done over here? We have just taken the interest of Mr. Q, this interest we have taken, and we have taken the interest of Mr. P. Now we know that Mr. P got 3080 rupees more than Mr. Q. So that way we can see that this would be the equation over here. So अगर हम Mr. Q के interest में जितना भी उनको पैसा मिला उसमें अगर हम 3080 rupees हम add कर देते हैं तो ये Mr. P का interest हो जाता है. Now you have the equation, so you can solve it. You can keep the alphabets to one side and the number on another side. So what you get over here is 1440 minus 1000 R will be equal to 3080. So what does it come to? 440 R is equal to 3080. Yes, you have to make an equation because that is the information which is given over there, that the relation between the interest of Mr. P and Mr. Q is given over here. So you have to make an equation over here because that is how you will be able to find out. I can understand that it might have been confusing for you because the rate, this R factor was there, but this is how we will find it out. So you can easily say R is equal to 3080 by 440, and it is all, what would be the rate? By how many times it is divisible? 7 times. So rate is 7%. So is this the answer which is given? Yes. Now are you able to understand, Adasha? I can understand it was confusing. Now are you able to understand? Hello, Nandita Behra. Hi. Okay, great. I'm happy that you are able to understand this. You got that. Oh, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. We were just clarifying doubts. So if I also had some issues with my live stream earlier on, so it's perfectly okay. We have just been here for just a few minutes. I just solved one question for them, and if you wish you can check it out later. I will be posting this video later on, so you can check it and you can get it from over there. Okay, so Adyasha, I will take up your next doubt now, which is question number 15. So let us take up question number 15. Here it says a sum of money is let. Now here the principal is not given. So let us take principal as P. Okay. How did I make that equation? All right. So let me explain it once again. You see, this part you were able to understand, right? Mr. Q's interest and Mr. P's interest. This much was clear to you, right? So after this, what we need to do is we need to look at the information which is given in the question. The information which is given is कि Mr. P को 3080 रुपए 3080 rupees उनको ज़्यादा मिला interest में as compared to Mr. Q. So it is just like that. Suppose someone says कि I have 3 chocolates. Adyasha has 3 chocolates more than Surabhi. So, and Surabhi has 8 chocolates. So let us say Adyasha has certain number of chocolates and Surabhi has certain number of chocolates. And it says that Adyasha has 3 chocolates more than Surabhi. So what we will do is whatever Surabhi has, we will add 3 more to it and that will give you what Adyasha has, right? So that is what we did over here. So Mr. Q ka interest kam tha. So whatever money Mr. Q got as an interest, if we add the extra money 3080 rupees to that money, then we get the interest which Mr. P had. So that is how we form the equation. So are you able to understand it now, Adyasha? You can respond in the chat box so that I can move ahead and to the next question. If you're still confused about it, then we can. Okay. Thank you so much. So shall we move on to your next query, next doubt? Can we ask questions as interest for 1000 rupees, and how much money will we get as interest of 1000? If we are getting, Anvesha has typed a question. If we are getting 500 rupees as an interest for 1 lakh rupees, then how much money will we get as interest of? Yes, Anvesha, I'll solve it for you. Yes, I'll solve it for you. Let me just clarify this question. Can we ask? Yes, you can ask questions from any chapter. Whatever lessons we have done, you can ask questions from any chapter. Thank you, Adyasha. To see you happy, I am also very happy. So right now we are doing question number 15 from the chapter Simple Interest, and this is page number 117. So here it says a sum of money is lent for 5 years. So the time is given. Let me use. So time is given here as 5 years, right? So time is 5 years, and rate is R%. And then what else is there? If the interest earned be 1/4 of the money lent, find the value of R. All right. So here what it says is interest is 1/4 the amount which was invested earlier. So, or the money which was lent. So it means interest is P by 4. That means whatever the principal was, whatever sum of money was lent, the interest was 1/4 of it. So let us take this as, let P be rupees 100. Here the principal does not matter, because the interest and the principal, they are related in such a way that it will be 1/4 of it. So if we take principal as 100 rupees, then the interest will be 1/4 of it, which is 25 rupees. If we take that as 1000 rupees, then interest will be 250 rupees, and so on. So here the actual sum of money does not matter. So we can assume it. What we are asked to find out is the rate. So we can take any sum of money because principal and interest are anyhow related. So let us just take it with rupees 100. So if we take principal as rupees 100, this implies that the interest becomes 1/4 of it, and that makes it rupees 25. Okay. Are you getting that? Are you able to get that? Are you understanding it? Do you get the concept, Adyasha? There is a slight lag between the live and the typing. So I hope that you get the concept over here, where it says that principal and the interest are related. Okay, yes. So principal and the interest are related in such a manner that whatever the principal is, the interest is always going to be 1/4 of it. So we assume a quantity which is, let us say, just 100 rupees, and the interest is 25 for that. So now we go ahead with these quantities and we take up the formula for finding out the rate, which is R equals to I into 100 by P into T. Okay. So now I was 25, then 100, P is 100, and time is 5 years. So you get the rate as 5%. Okay. Now let us try it with some other quantity just to show you that the principle does not matter. Now let us just take the principle as, let us take principle as 1000 rupees, or let us say 200 rupees. So if P is, let me again use another color so that it is easy for you to, let P be rupees 200, or let us say 2000, then interest, simple interest would be how much? 1/4 of it, and that makes it rupees 500. Now let us put this into this same formula. So let us again try to find out what would be the R. R would be 500 into 100 by principal is 2000 into time is again 5 years. So you get this much, and sorry, just a minute, rate 25, sorry, 200, 2000 would be 55. Oh, just a minute, what did I do over here? Okay, 25, 500 into 100, 2000 into 5. What did I do wrong over here? Another one for 1 crore rupees. How much interest will we get? Let me just get this question up first. So principal is 2000 rupees. Rate is 50. So why are we getting this? Just a minute. Am I doing something incorrect over here? 2000 interest will be 500, right? So 500 into 100, 0.5, so 200. I am cancelling something. Oh, sorry. So this would be 50 by 10. So again that makes it 5% interest. So here also you saw that the interest was 5%. Here also you saw that the interest is 5%. So this does not matter at all. Yes, I could get it too. Thank you so much. So because I got distracted with what question was being asked over here, and I was not able to see the 2 in the end. Yes, so 5% we will do. So I hope that Adasha, you are able to understand this concept as to what it is about. Let me, yes, okay. Yes, Anvesha, let me get back to Anvesha's question. Let me scroll a bit back. If you're getting 500 rupees as interest for 1 lakh rupees, then for how much money will we get an interest, for in how many months? Your question is not clear, Anvesha. It simply says, if you are getting 500 rupees as interest for 1 lakh rupees, in how many months? You have not given the time over here, so I am unable to get the question clearly. So if you can give me, thank you Adasha for being here. For the same question, another one is 1 crore rupees, how much interest we will get? You have to give me the time. In what time are you getting 500 rupees as interest? So that you have to give me, because time is of importance over here. So if time is there and interest is there and principal is there, we can calculate the rate and we can calculate the rest of the sums accordingly. 1 month is the time. Okay, so you're saying if we are getting 500 rupees as interest for 1 lakh rupees in 1 month, then for how much money will we get an interest of 1 lakh rupees in 1 month? Okay, I get that. I get your question now. So what you're saying is, just a minute, 1 month is the time. All right. So what you're saying is interest, let me use a different color again so that it is clear that this is a separate sum. So you're saying that interest is rupees 500, time is 1 month, and the principal, let me just check once again, principal I think was 1 lakh rupees. Okay, So principal is 1 lakh rupees, right? So you want to know in how many months will we get an interest. You want to get an interest of 1 lakh rupees in 1 month. Okay, very ambitious plans. From 500 rupees you want to know if we are investing 500 rupees and you are getting just if you are investing 1 lakh rupees and you're just getting 500 rupees per month. So that means in a year you would be getting how much money. So if you take an year, then you would be getting into 12, that makes it 6,000 rupees, right? So what we have over here is the principal. So we have we need to find out the rate, right? So you have the interest, which is 6,000. I converted it into year because it is easier that way. So 500 rupees per month we have converted into years to make it less complicated. Okay, so here you have 6,000, which is the interest, into 100 by principal, which is 1 lakh, into time, which is 1 year, right? So 2, 3, that means the rate is 6%, right? Now you get the rate. You need to know as to how can you get 1 lakh rupees interest, right? So now we do the next part of the sum, which is like, we know the interest and we want to know the principal, right? So for the principal we have interest, which is 6,000 rupees. No, sorry, the interest was, you said it is 1 lakh rupees. Interest is 1 lakh rupees. The interest is 1 lakh rupees and the rate is 6%. Rate is 6% and the time is 1 year, right? So over here you will need to find this calculation. Good morning, Akanksha Padi. Simple interest question number 9 and 10. Definitely I will clarify it for you. So here what you can do is, this would be for 1 year and you divide it by 12 and that will make it the interest for 1 month. As to with what amount of money can you get rupees 1 lakh as interest in 1 month. So that would be your principal. Principal is simple interest into 100 by you need to get interest, right? So that is how you can calculate that. So this would be the sum, this would be the equation, and I'm just leaving it at equation so that you can solve it later on. I hope, Anvesha, that you were able to understand it, the process which follows it. So you find the rate first because you are following the same rate, right? Sorry. You find the rate first over here with the information which you gave me. We found the rate to be 6% and you apply the same rate and you put up the interest over here, and then this is, if you take away this part, this would give you for 1 year, right? And if you divide it by 12, then it will give you the principal for 1 month. That means that needs to be invested. You also got this. Okay. Akanksha Padi, simple interest question number 9 and 10. Okay, so I will take up question number 9 and 10. Same lesson, simple interest. Okay, so let me change the color once again so that we know it is a different question. Question number 9. Here you see what is given. 4 years. Time is given as 4 years. Okay. Thanks. And the second part also we will do it again. Yes, Anvesha. Exactly, you got it absolutely correct. We will do it that way. So time is given as 4 years, and it says, now we need to look at the language of the question over here. What it says is rupees 600, let me use a different color because this is for understanding purpose. So it says rupees 6,000 amounts to rupees 8,000. Now we need to get, thank you Anvesha for this beautiful emoji. So rupees 6,000 amounts to rupees 8,000. Now what does this mean? Rupees 6,000 amounts to rupees 8,000 means that initially this was the principal, and now this has become the amount, right? So this is what this language means. Rupees 6,000 amounts to rupees 8,000. So what it means is this was the principal and this is the amount. So from that we can deduce principal is rupees 6,000, amount is rupees 8,000. So what does it tell us? Interest will be what? Interest is calculated by amount minus principal, right? Because after adding interest to the principal it becomes the amount. तो जो initial पैसा था उसमें जब interest add हो जाता है तो वो amount बन जाता है. So this interest, what is the interest? It says over here कि पहले 6,000 रुपए थे वो अभी 8,000 हो गए. तो वो कैसे बढ़ गए, वो इतना इंक्रीज कैसे हो गया? वो इंक्रीज इसलिए हो गया क्योंकि उसमें इंटरेस्ट ऐड हो गया. तो कितना इंटरेस्ट ऐड हुआ? वी कैन लुक एट दिस statement, we can look at this information and we can very easily know that the interest which was added was 2,000 rupees. Okay, so now you have the principal, you have the interest and you have the time. And can you calculate the rate now? Rate would be simple interest into 100 by principal into time, and that makes it 2,000 into 100 by 6,000 into 4, right? So you take this away and this is like 25 by 3 or 1 by 3% should be the interest. Yes, interest is 2,000, absolutely correct. So are you able to get this question now? Were you able to understand how we do this? This is how we find out. Okay, thank you so much, Akanksha. So yes, any more questions coming up from any other lessons that you have a doubt about? Please type in your question. Okay, you have a doubt in the data handling part, mean, median, mode. Okay, we have not yet done it in the class, but let me just go ahead and check out on just a minute. So data handling, because we have not yet done it in class, so you will, I do not know as to what all concepts you have about data handling. Okay, thank you Surabhi. I'm happy that you are here and you're always here to support me. Thank you so much. So data handling, I don't know if you have any idea about, if you've started studying data handling and you want to know about the mean, the median, the mode, but before that, do you have an idea about what is data basically, what is raw data, what is frequency and all these things? Do you have an idea about that? Because if you do not have an idea about that, then I will have to start from the beginning as to what do we mean by the median and the mode. The mean part, it seems that you understand the mean part, which is just like the average, and you want to know about the median and the mode, right? So do you know what an array is, Adyasha? Because if not, then to help you understand the median and the mode part, I will also have to make you understand. Okay, okay. All right. So, just to tell you, you have also a doubt in mensuration exercise 20b question 14. Okay, let me just clarify these doubts that we have already, the lessons that we have already done in school first. Mensuration 20b. Let me just get to the lesson and the exercise 20b. 20b question number 14. Okay, let me just get it. This one, the adjacent side of parallelogram are 15 centimeters and 10 centimeters. This part 15 centimeters and 10 centimeters. If the distance between the longer sides is 6 centimeter, find the distance between the shorter sides. Okay. So what you have over here is, this is, we are talking about a parallelogram over here, and if you know the shape of a sorry, the shape of a parallelogram, there is like, just a minute, let me get to that. So if we are talking about parallelogram, so you see it is written over here. The distance between, so it takes up the concept of triangles over here, right? Question number 14, right? So the adjacent sides of parallelogram are 15 centimeters and 10 centimeters. So first let us draw the diagram of a parallelogram over here. So let us take this as, let us say this is the parallelogram. Okay, so what we have over here is, this is a parallelogram. So what we have over here is, the shorter side is given as 10 centimeters. Let us A, B, C and D. All right. So this is a parallelogram ABCD. This side, the shorter side is 10 centimeter and the longer side it is 15 centimeter. So this is 15 centimeter, this would be 15 centimeter, this would be 10 centimeter, right? So these are the dimensions that are given over here. These are the dimensions of the parallelogram. Now it says, if the distance between the longer sides is 6 centimeter. Now what we mean by the distance between the longer side, these two are the longer sides, right? So it means that the distance between them is, how much do they say? 6 centimeters. So let us take this up, this distance, if we measure straight up, this would be equal to 6 centimeter. This is going to be the same, right? यहाँ से यहाँ तक, this is going to be the same. So this is 6 centimeter, right? So now what you have over here is 3 measurements that are given over here. One is, we do not need this, so let me erase this so that it does not cause any confusion as such. Are you able to get why I drew a line like this? Are you able to get this? Can you understand why I drew a line like this? Okay. So this is 6 centimeters. What it means is, there is a distance of 6 centimeters between the longer sides. These are the longer sides, right? So now what we need to do is, we have, yes, for height, that we have this for height. Now you know that a parallelogram is made up of, my hand is not that firm, so the line is a bit shaky. I'm sorry. But let us assume that this is a straight line. Okay. So it divides this into two equal triangles. So these two triangles are there. So these are the two triangles with the same area. So any parallelogram, if there is a parallelogram and you divide it into two parts, then these two triangles, it divides into two equal triangles with the same area. So if this area is A, this area will also be A, right? So now what we have to do is we need to find out the area of this triangle. Area of triangle ADC, right? ADC. Let us try to find out the area of triangle ADC, because it is also equal to the area of triangle ABC. Both these areas would be the same because it is the diagonal which passes over here. Sorry, my diagonal is a bit shaky, but let us assume it is a straight line. Now we know the formula for area of triangle is area of triangle is equal to half base into height, right? So base over here is what? Base is 15 centimeters, right? And this becomes the height. Because when we are talking about the distance between sides, this becomes the perpendicular. So this will be always at a right angle over here. So this becomes the perpendicular. So it is the height or the distance between the two parallel sides. So now when we go ahead and calculate it, what is it that we get? Half into 15 into 6, and that makes it 45 square centimeters. Yes, 15 meters base and 6 centimeters height. So what you get is 45 square centimeters would be the area of triangle ADC. Now what we need to find out is the area remains the same, right? This is still the same area. What they are asking us to find is the distance between the shorter sides. So they are asking us to calculate this distance. The color which I was using earlier on, they are asking us to calculate this part. Let us call it as E. So they want us to calculate AE. This is the shorter, so these two are the shorter sides, right? Yes, 45 square centimeters. So these two are the shorter sides. So the distance between them would be AE. So we have to find out AE over here. AE in triangle ABC. We know that the area of triangle ABC is, how is it? Then triangle area of triangle ABC will be equal to half into let me just squeeze it a bit, half into base, which is BC, half into base into height, which is AE, right? So we need to find this value. What we know over here is this is 45. This measures to 45 because we said already that this area and this area is the same. So what we have over here is half into what is BC? BC is 10 into AE or the height. So we can calculate it from over here, and what do we get from over here? 45 divided by 5. We take all these things, we will move to this side, that is 9. So the height or the distance between the two would be 9 centimeters. Are you able to understand this, Akanksha? Were you able to get the concept as to why we had to find out AE over here? Because this is one triangle, and if you can just write in that you have understood the concept as to why we did it, then we can move further ahead. Or if there is any clarification that you need. Yes, okay, thank you. We don't have to make an equation. We made an equation, Adyasha. We made an equation over here. This is the equation. 45, this is the equation. 45 is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 into AE, or the height or the distance between the two shorter sides. This is the equation. Yes, we made an equation. See, what is equation? Equation is something which has a left hand side and a right hand side and an equal to sign in between. So we have a left hand side over here, a right hand side over here, and an equal to sign in between, right? So this is how we make an equation. Okay, thank you so much, Adyasha. So anybody needs any more, needs to clarify anything else? Any other doubts you want to clarify about? Any number raised to the power 0, is that number or 0? Okay. So this is an exponents question. So let us try to understand this. A raised to the power 0 is what? Now earlier on we were talking about laws of exponents, but I did not get about explaining the laws of exponents to you in the class. Let me get over this, let me get the overview over here. So let us take up the laws of exponents first, so that this becomes easier for you to understand. So laws of exponents, what do the laws of exponents say? The laws of, we understood the concept of the bases and the exponents, right? So laws of exponents say that if there is, first one, if there is a base A and a power, and it is multiplied with the same base with a different power, the powers are added up, right? So this becomes A to the power 7. So when the base is the same and the powers are different, we add up the powers to get the final result. When the base is the same and the powers are different, but we are dividing it, what we do is we subtract the powers, right? So we get A to the power 3 over here. All right. Now what we do over here is the reason being, I'll just explain it to you. The reason being, A square means what? A square means A multiplied by itself 2 times. Now this is again A multiplied by itself 5 times. So you have A into A into A into A into A. So this becomes A multiplied by itself 7 times. Okay. Now what you have over here is A 5 times, and you're dividing it by A 2 times, right? So what you get over here is this. So that is why we subtract this. Now let us think of a scenario where it is like A to the power 5 divided by A to the power 5, right? So if we go by the exponential law, then what does this become? A to the power 5 minus 5, which is equal to A to the power 0, right? So over here, what you see is, suppose this was like this, what we just put up over here. Suppose this is the situation. So what you get over here is this thing, and the answer will be what? 1, not 0. So anything raised to the power, any base raised to the power of 0 will always be 1. It is just like 6 by 6. So what you get the answer? You get the answer as 1, not as 0, right? So because the numerator and the denominator are the same, the dividend and the divisor are the same, so the quotient will always be 0. That's why A to the power of 0 is always 1. Yes. So you get that concept now? Any number raised to the power 0, is that number or 0? Were you able to understand, Anvesha? Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, yes, anyone else with any other confusions that they have? We will take them up for you. Any more doubts you have? Anything else you want to clarify your doubt with? I'll just wait for your question. Those of you who are here. Okay, okay. Yes, Adyasha. Yes, Adyasha. Put up your question. Give me the question number, exercise number, or the page number, and I will solve it for you. I'll just wait for you to put up the question. Anytime in the between of the chat, you can put up your question wherever you have a doubt, so that I can always scroll up and see where you had put up the question. So I have a doubt in exercise 3C, question number 18. Acha, okay, how can we know that an angle is adjacent? Okay, I get your doubts. Exercise 3C, question number 18. Let me get to that exercise quickly. 3C, question number 18. All right. The cost of, this is related to fractions. So let me move up once again. Okay. The cost of 3.5, let me write the question over here. The cost of 3.5/7 liters of oil equals to rupees 83 and a half. Find the cost of 1 liter oil. All right. So linear pair. Okay. I will explain those concepts. So cost of 3.5/7 liters of oil is this much. So we have to find the cost of, to find out cost of 1 liter oil. Oh, this is not showing well. So let me change the color of the pen. Just a minute. Over here. So what it says is cost of this, you can solve by using the unitary method. So cost of 3.5/7 liters of oil. So first let us convert this into improper fraction. So what it will mean is cost of 7 3 is a 21, that makes it 26/7 liters, right? Cost of 26/7 liters of oil equals to 83 and a half, that makes it what? 83 167 by 2 rupees, right? So now cost of 1 liter oil, right? So we know that this is 3.5/7 liters of oil, and we have to find out cost of 1 liter oil. So is it going to be, yes, okay, I can see your question. 167 by 2. Yes, absolutely. I see your questions, Adyasha. Let me get this cleared up and I will explain it to you. So 1 liter of oil, do you think it will be more or less than this? More than this? More than 83 and a half rupees or less than 83 and a half rupees? It will be more or less. Can you please tell me if the cost is going to be more or less? Less. Absolutely correct. So now when we know that the next quantity is less, then we divide, right? When we know that the next quantity is going to be more, then we multiply by that. So what you have over here is 167 by 2 divided by 26/7. That is how you get the equation. So what you get over here is 167 by 2 into 7/26. So you get the answer over here. So this thing, this is divisible by 13 or 26. Oh, this number is not adding up to something. So you will have fractions. You will have the answer in fractions over here. But this is how you do that. So 167 by 2 divided by 26/7, and you know when we are dividing in fractions, we make the reciprocal of the number which is followed by division. The fraction which is followed by division, we make it into a reciprocal. So that is how you get your answer. 167 into 6 by 2 into 26. So you will get your answer over here. Okay, are we good now? Are you able to understand this? Okay, great. So let me take up Adyasha's question once again. How can we know that an angle is adjacent? Okay, let us talk about the lines and angles over here. We know that there are angles like this. Whenever you have, whenever you have angles like this is an angle and this is an angle. Let us say this is angle A, this is angle B. Okay. Now angle A and angle B, let us name them A, B, C. Let us call them this way. So angle A and angle B, when you look at angle A and angle B, can you see them sharing a common arm? Yes, you can see that they share this. This is the common arm that they share, right? This is the arm which is common to both angle B and to angle A, right? So whenever two angles have one common arm and the other arm lies in opposite direction, right? So this arm is going in this direction, this arm is going in this direction, different directions. So such angles, these angles are called as adjacent angles. Now what does adjacent means? Adjacent simply means side by side. Adjacent means side by side. So these two angles, they are side by side. So same goes with these two angles. So this angle and this angle, both of them, they will be angle 1 and angle 2 will be adjacent angles. Now let us talk about a situation where we have angles like these. So where there is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Now over here, adjacent angles have any symbols? No, they are not represented by any symbols as such. So you have over here is 1 and 4 would be adjacent, 1 and 2 would be adjacent, 2 and 3 would be adjacent, 3 and 4 would be adjacent. But 1 and 3 cannot be adjacent because they do not share any common side. So you have angle 1 which is side by side with angle 2. Angle 2 is adjacent to angle 3 as well and angle 1 as well. Angle 4 is adjacent to angle 3 as well and angle 1 as well. Because one arm it shares common with angle 1 and one arm it shares common with angle 3. So for adjacent angles, all you need to remember is that they are side by side angles sharing one common arm. एक arm common है उनके अंदर. So they are called as adjacent angles. Now, you wanted to know what is a linear pair. Okay, so linear pair. Now let us talk about a linear pair. Linear pair is, linear means what? Linear means a line, right? So when we are talking about a linear pair, we are talking about a straight line. So a pair of adjacent angles that form a straight line. They are a pair of angles, right? Plus they form a straight line, right? Both these things are there. They are a pair of angles, two angles, adjacent angles of course, and they form a straight line. So such angles are called as linear pair, right? When two angles, two adjacent angles form a straight line. Now, for any other angle, any other adjacent angles, if they are formed, just like we saw over here. Now see, these two are also adjacent angles, but they cannot be considered as a linear pair. Why? Because they are not forming a straight line. The sum of these angles will always be sum of linear pair angles is always equal to 180 degrees. That is what is meant by a straight line. So linear pair is adjacent, but the converse is not true. Yes, absolutely correct. All the linear pairs are adjacent angles, but all adjacent angles are not linear pairs. They will be linear pairs only when their sum is equal to 180 degrees. Only then can they be considered as a linear pair. Otherwise, they will simply be adjacent angles. Yes. So, the converse is not true. The linear pair have to be adjacent angles. But all the adjacent angles, they will not be considered as linear pair because they do not add up to 180 degrees. Only when they add up to 180 degrees, because we know a straight line is a 180 degree angle, right? So they have to add up to 180 degrees and then they will constitute a linear pair. Okay. Then was there something else? Yes, I remember there was another doubt over here. Page 53, question number 22. Page 53, question number 22. All right, so let us take up the fractions once again. Let me scroll up and we take up fractions once again. So you have, from a piece of land, 1/3 is bought by Rajesh and 1/3 of remaining is bought by Manoj. So let us say, let me bring in a different color now. So it says, let the piece of land be of the measure A square meters, right? Let this be the measure of the land, the total measure of the land. Then it says 1/3 is brought by Rajesh. So Rajesh buys A by 3, 1/3 of it is brought by Rajesh. Is that clear now? A by 3. Well, let me make it X. This looks like 9. So let me make this X. Or even if we are not taking, let it be whole, 1. So if it is 1, then what does this become? This becomes 1 by 3, right? So Rajesh buys X by 3 part. Then 1/3 of remaining. Now we need to find out what remains. So remaining will be what? X minus X by 3. This will be the remaining part. एक whole में से 1/3 चला गया. So this will be 2x by 3. That is the remaining part, right? This is the fraction, or 2/3 fraction is left. We are not using, let us not use, this is an algebra question, so, sorry, fractions question. So we can refrain from using x as well. So let us just keep it 1. Let us just keep it as 1 and 1 square meters. This is like this. So this becomes whole minus the 1/3 part becomes 2/3 part remains, right? Of the 2/3 part, he has taken 1/3 again. So Manoj, what does Manoj take now? Manoj buys 1/3 of the remaining part, right? Of is multiplied. So this becomes he buys 2 by 9th part. Then if 600 square meters land is still left unsold, find the total area. Now sold, let us find the fraction which is sold. Sold fraction. What is the sold fraction? Sold fraction is 1 by 3 and 2 by 9. Remember, there it is not 1 by 3. It is 1 by 3 of remaining. So remaining is this much. So 1 by 3 of remaining will come up to 2 by 9. So 1 by 3 part was sold to Rajesh. 2 by 9 part was sold to Manoj. So how much fraction is sold now? So when we calculate it, we take the LCM over here. And to give you an idea about how to change this, so this 3 needs to convert into 9. So how will this 3 convert? By multiplying it by 3. So we need to multiply this also by 3. So what we have over here is 3. Instead of 1, we will write 3, because now this 3 we have made into 9. Here we have 2. So what you have over here is 5 by 9. So the sold fraction is 5 by 9. So unsold part will be what? Unsold fraction will be what? 1 whole minus 5 by 9. That makes it 9 minus 5 by 9 equals to 4 by 9. Now if someone is confused about why I wrote 9 by 5 over here, this is whole. So again we need to convert this. This is 1. So we again need to convert this into 9, because 9 is the LCM over here. So we will have to multiply this by 9 and this by. We cannot simply multiply the denominator. We have to multiply the numerator as well. So we get unsold fraction is 4 by 9. So this is the information which we get in fraction. Now in the actual value, it says that this 4 by 9 is equal to this unsold part is equal to 600 square meters. Now this fraction of something, of the whole land, right? This fraction of the whole land is still left unsold. So whole land will be equal to what? This is 600. Now see, it is multiplied over here. So when it moves over here, it becomes divided, right? So when we move the sides, it becomes divided. So when you are dividing it, what do you get? You know that for division, you have to do the reciprocal. So 600 into 9 by 4. So you get 150. So that makes it rupees, sorry, not rupees. This will be equal to 150 into 9. What will be 150 into 9 equal to? 1350 square meters. That will be the total land area. This is 1350 will be the total land area. Now, if we find out that, let us cross check it. So when we cross check it, yes, here we are not using the X method. See, here also there is an equation, but it is not an algebraic equation. So here also, see, as I said, equation is simply when you have a left hand side and a right hand side with an equal to sign in between. So this is an equation, definitely an equation, but not, we have not put it, linear equation, but not in the form of algebraic equation. We have not put it up in the form of algebraic equation. Even if it was in the form of algebraic equation, then also we would have gotten that. So you can very well use it for your algebraic equation as well. Here, instead of whole land, it would if it was an algebraic equation, instead of this, it would have been X simply over here. So this goes to that side, and then if it is moving to that side, it is multiplied over here. So it gets reciprocally multiplied over here, and you get that. Okay. So yes. Oh, thank you so much, Adyasha. I'm very happy to see you happy because that was the purpose, and you were the one who suggested that I should have this live, and I'm glad that you are able to get your doubts cleared. So it has been more than an hour since we have been studying mathematics, and I'm very happy that I have such interactive students. And as I said, even if there is one student who is ready, it's like a one-on-one class, so you can get all your doubts clarified. So I have doubt that if profit percent and loss percent is same, then it is a profit or a loss. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Bhumika. I love you loads. You know you are a sweetheart. and I know that you love to learn mathematics with me. So I'm happy that you have been over here. Yes, I'll clear Manasmita's doubt now. Now you see, you say that there is, let me change the color once again. So you say if profit percent is the same as loss percent, then is it a profit or a loss, right? This is what your question is, right? This is what your question is, right? Now, one thing I need you to understand, and I think you need to get this concept, and I'm very happy that you asked this question, because it simply means that there is one thing about profit and loss that you have not understood. What we mean by profit and loss. Now, let us say you bought something. Let me again use a different color to explain the concept as such. Let us say you bought something for rupees 20, right? So you bought something for rupees 20. Okay, now you are going to have a business transaction on that. Business transaction. Now business transaction means simply selling or buying, right? If one is selling, the other one is buying, right? So it is all about selling and buying. Now if you have brought something for rupees 20, then either you can sell it. If you are selling it, then you can sell it for rupees 20. You can sell it the same thing to, for rupees 20, or for more than rupees 20. You can sell it for more than rupees 20, or you can sell it for less than rupees 20, right? These are the only things, these are the only options available to you. कुछ भी चीज तुमने खरीदा है, उसको जब भी तुम बेचने जाओगे तो या तो तुम उसको उसी दाम पर बेचोगे जितने पर तुमने खरीदा था, एज आई सेड, या फिर उसको जितने पे तुमने खरीदा था उससे ज्यादा दाम पर बेचोगे, राइट? या फिर उसको तुम उससे कम दाम पे बेचोगे. तो तीन ही ऑप्शंस हो सकते हैं इसमें. आइदर यू सेल दैट थिंग on the same price, or on a higher price, or on a lower price. These are the only three options available to you. इसके अलावा किसी और तरह से बेच सकते हो क्या? नहीं बेच सकते ना. यही तीन तरीके हैं ना. मनस्मित, अद्याशा, sorry, आकांक्षा पाड़ी. Are you able to understand what I am saying? These are the only three options available to you when you are okay. Great. So now you see, when you sell something, तुमने 20 रुपए में कुछ खरीदा, right? So your cost price is rupees 20. Your selling price is also rupees 20. You sell it on the same price, right? You sell it on the same price. So what you have is, whatever money you spent on it, you have received the same amount of money. So there is no profit, no loss, right? Because whatever money you spent, you got the same amount back. Hi Akanksha, good afternoon. Now, suppose your selling price is rupees 25. So that means you are getting, how many rupees are you getting? More rupees 5. You are getting 5 rupees more. If your selling price is rupees 15, then you are getting 5 rupees less, right? Good afternoon. So you are getting 5 rupees less. So when you are getting more rupees, then you are making a profit. when you are getting less rupees, then you are making a loss. So there will never ever be a case when on a business transaction you make both profit and loss. या तो नो प्रॉफिट नो लॉस होगा ऐसे, या तो प्रॉफिट होगा या लॉस होगा. So on any business transaction, on any buying and selling, there is either going to be a profit or a loss or no profit no loss. It cannot be profit भी हो रहा है loss भी हो रहा है. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? Do you understand the concept now? It is not possible to have a profit and a loss on the same transaction in terms of rupees. So that is why this question itself is incorrect. This is not a valid question. This question simply means that you have to get your concept of profit percent and loss percent correct. So now I hope that you would be able to understand as to what is profit percent and what is loss percent, and how is it that it is impossible to have the same profit percent and the same loss percent on the same business transaction. Okay. Thank you Adyasha, Akanksha, sorry. I keep getting confused between the names. Thank you. So I think I have fried your brains enough for a long time, and if you enjoyed this session, we can have more of such sessions, and where you can come up with more doubts and I will clarify it. I do not want to give you more of a bheja fry with lots of maths. I thank you so much for studying math for more than an hour, almost an hour and a half, and thank you so much for always coming up and supporting me. So I will end this live session for now. So thank you girls for taking care of me and supporting me always. Thank you, love.